Have you taken steroids? Well, when I was 10 years old, right? What's up, guys? It's your Wolfing Messiah. So, you saw by the title of this video, we're going to be getting into a Q&A. You guys have sent me a ton of questions on Instagram, right? Look, let me show you guys the volume of questions we're dealing with. Like, literally, if you go focus, look at. It's a lot of questions. So, we're going to get straight into it. And I know you saw the title of this video. It looks a bit juicy. And we're going to get into that question. But, yeah, I'm just going to pick up random. Because as I just showed you, there was a lot of questions. But I'm going to answer the ones that I think a lot of people want to know the answer to, some more of that frequently asked questions, and some of the like more individual questions that some of you ask. So you know what, let's get into it. So if you want me to do more Q&As like this, make sure that you drop a like, you drop a comment, make sure you subscribe. Also, I'm pretty close to 50k, only about 4,000 subscribers away, maybe closer if you're watching this video at a later date. So it would really mean a lot if you could subscribe, like the video and everything, help me push the video out there. So yeah, how long have you been lifting for? So I've been lifting for just about 2.5 years now. I started in September 2017 properly, and that was a month before I turned 15, which was in October 2017. So yeah, that's what you saw some of those videos from me when I was 14. One of the videos actually done pretty well on my channel was a workout from when I was 14. I just started. So yeah, it's bringing back memories, man. It's bringing back memories. How tall are you? I'm 5'10". But a lot of people told me I look taller in pictures. A lot of people told me I look 6'1", 6'2". Most people say I'm shorter in person, because I don't know why in pictures I just come across as a lot taller than I actually am. I think it's because I've got long legs relative to my torso, so it gives the impression that I'm a lot taller than I am. Plus I've got long arms. Like, that's part of what helps me for deadlifts, is having really long arms. So yeah. What's your current 1 rep maxes? So all of my 1 rep maxes right now are, I think, underestimates of where I'm at. I haven't done a squat 1 rep max in a while, although the heaviest squat I've done is a 502 pound squat for 2 reps. So, and that was 227.5 kilos, so I'd estimate that mine is probably around 235 kilos right now. I did a 260 kilo deadlift for 3 reps, so I estimate that my max right now is about 280, 285, around there. Kilos, so that's like 620 something pounds. And my bench 1 rep max, you guys saw in a couple videos ago how easy the 140 bench, 140 kilo bench. So I think my max is probably around 145 kilos, or that's about 320 pounds, around there. What inspired me to get into fitness? Okay, so what inspired me to get into fitness was I was always a very sporty child. I played a lot of sports. I played basketball, I played rugby, I played tag rugby, I played cricket, I played hockey, played loads of different sports, right? Did gymnastics on a very high level as well. Gymnastics was actually my main sport growing up. It was a sport that I was actually best at. I came 3rd in London in, I think, vault. It's getting foggy because this is back when I was like 7, 8 years old, which is when I was pretty much the best relative to my age group. But yeah, I was really good at gymnastics. So from there, we had to do, like, gymnastics, we had to do strength training, push-ups, sit-ups and stuff like that. And then when I was like 5 years old, I found, we were clearing out the loft, and I found my dad's old bodybuilding magazines. So I started looking at them, and these were from like the 90s. This had like Dorian Yates, Sean Ray, Flex Wheeler, all those guys, Kevin Levrone, and I just really liked how they looked. Like, I know a lot of people look at those big bodybuilders and don't like how they look, but I actually, when I was like 5 years old, I liked how they looked. So I knew from then that was kind of something I wanted to do, and I was always really into the sports, and I was more into the training than I was the actual sports. I remember when I was playing rugby in like year 8, which is when I was about 13 years old, I was more interested in the actual like training for it than I was for the actual sport. So that's how I kind of knew that I had a passion for training and stuff. So yeah. Have you taken steroids? Whoa. When I was 10 years old, right? Actually, even before then, when I was 5, okay, all throughout my childhood I had bad asthma. Up until about the age of 12, my asthma pretty much went away when I was 12, and I don't really have it anymore now. If I did, that'd be pretty unfortunate with this current situation. I'm not gonna say the word because videos get demonetized and stuff, but yeah, you know what situation I'm talking about, right? But yeah, all from my childhood, pretty bad asthma, right? So sometimes this would flare up into having asthma attacks. And when this would happen, sometimes, you know, my inhaler wouldn't be able to kind of control it, and it would just get to the point where I had to go to the hospital. And what the hospital did is they would give me this thing called corticosteroids. So bear in mind, right, I was a kid who was kind of bodybuilding conscious. I knew like quite a lot about the bodybuilding stuff. So when they said steroids, I'm thinking, oh no, I'm not natural anymore because they give me these corticosteroids, right? But as soon as I get older, I realized that corticosteroids have absolutely positively nothing to do with anabolic steroids, androgens. They're not even slightly related. Like, all corticosteroids is an anti-inflammatory drug that they use to kind of treat asthma and other illnesses, because asthma is pretty much the inflammation of the lungs, which makes it harder to breathe, which is why you get the asthma attacks and stuff and the wheezing and all of that, right? So obviously the corticosteroids were used to kind of reduce the inflammation. So it has nothing to do with, it's not derived from the male sex hormone, it has nothing to do with androgens, building muscle or anything. It's not, I'm not sure exactly why it's called a steroid. So after filming this video, I decided to research what steroids are. So as you see here, steroids are any large class of organic compound with a characteristic molecule structure containing 4 rings of carbon atoms. So 3 types of steroids are anabolic, androgenic steroids, like testosterone. These are the ones that build muscle. You got glucocorticosteroids, which are anti-inflammatory drugs, the ones that I was talking about and have no performance enhancing effects, and mineralocorticosteroids, which are produced by the adrenal glands for salt and water regulation. But yeah, it has nothing to do with anabolic steroids. They're 2 completely different things. But because obviously I knew what steroids were, I thought they were actually steroids. So at 5, it happened about 3 times that I had to use these corticosteroids. It happened when I was 5, happened when I was 9, and it happened when I was 10, right? So the time when it happened when I was 10, this is actually a pretty funny story, right? This is where you saw the thumbnail from. The time that it happened when I was 10, I thought, so I'm taking steroids now, so I might as well work out, because obviously I'm going to get even bigger because I'm on steroids. So I started doing press-ups. We had like a 5 kilo dumbbell. I started doing bicep curls, right? And then I took that picture and I thought, oh, I'm pretty hedged, I'm pretty big. So yeah, but then funnily enough, yeah, this just shows how much the placebo effect works, yeah? I only took the corticosteroids for like a week or something like that, yeah? And after that week, I felt like I couldn't train as hard because I wasn't on steroids anymore, and I actually felt like that in my workouts, because as I said, I first started working out properly at the age of 14, just before I turned 15, but I'd been working out from young. I'd been doing press-ups and things like that, but like properly intense workout. But yeah, when I was younger, I always liked training hard. I told you about my gymnastics, I told you about basketball, that I always really liked training hard. So yeah, that is just a pretty funny story, because up until I was 12, 13, I thought I wasn't natural because I'd had corticosteroids, but little did I know they had absolutely nothing to do with anabolic steroids. So that's just a pretty funny story I thought I could tell you guys, and I'm going to be completely honest, I thought it would make for some decent clickbait, because it's not technically a lie. They are still steroids, but they're just not anabolic steroids. They're different types of steroids. So the steroids that bodybuilders use, the performance enhancing drugs, corticosteroids are not one of them. And if you want to research it, feel free. I've done a fair bit of research myself. So yeah, what supplements do you take? So the supplements that I take currently are whey protein and pre-workout. That's all I'm on right now. The whey protein I'm on is My Protein's Impact Whey Protein, and I take it in the chocolate flavor. And the pre-workout I'm on is My Protein's The Pre-Workout, and have that in the grape flavor or the tropical flavor. In fact, I can actually show you that. It's around here somewhere. Here it is. My Protein's pre-workout and the pre-workout in My Protein's The Pre-Workout in grape flavor. I'd recommend grape. I'd recommend fruit punch also. I'm filming. Alright, come. My little brother wants to say hello.
Hello.
If you want Ethan to get into more videos, give a thumbs up. So yeah, alright, in a bit.
See ya.
See you, man. My guy. But yeah, as I said, I take protein powder and pre-workout, right? I was on creatine as well before, but I've stopped, haven't been taking it. I'm gonna start another cycle of creatine as well. Creatine is the most researched supplement out there. It does work, but you need to reach the saturation phase in your muscles for it to actually kind of be of any benefit. So that either means taking a small dose of creatine for like maybe a couple of weeks, and then you'll reach saturation phase, or taking a lot of it for like a week. So say, I think that's taking like 10-15 grams of creatine for like a week or so, and then you'll reach saturation phase, and then you drop it down to maybe I think the serving's like 3 grams a day or something like that. I'm not exactly sure, do your research on that one, but yeah. Do I have a job apart from YouTube? So essentially how I make money, my prime source of income is actually my training plans. It's not my YouTube, it's training plans. I make a lot more on training plans I do on YouTube. So it's training plans, then it's YouTube, and also, you know, the different like brand sponsors and stuff. I've got My Protein going on right now. You get a commission with that, plus the amount of protein and stuff that I get per month is saving me that much more money. So that's pretty much what I'm doing for money now. And all of those are passive income streams, which I think is really important, because because I was going to, if you saw around Christmas time, I was going to set up a like a proper online training service where, you know, I'm training people one-to-one online, right? But I realized that with that, I don't think I'd have the time right now to be able to give the kind of service that I want to give, and I think that people should be paying for. But with a training plan, all the time it goes into the initial making phase. Once you've made it, you can sell it passively. You know, you're making sales in your sleep. You don't literally, it's once it's up and you're just making money off of it. So if you've made it good enough and you market it properly, you can make a lot of money passively from it. So that's what I do for money. What's your opinion on training twice a day? So I think the only time when I'd recommend someone to train twice a day is if it's going to be cardio and weight. So like a cardio session in the morning, a weight session in the evening. I wouldn't really recommend, you know, 2 weight sessions in a day, because you need to give your CNS time to recover between your sessions. You know, at least having a good night's sleep before your next session, because whatever that second session of the day is going to be a suboptimal session if you've done another heavy session in the morning. It's just not going to be optimal training 2 times a day. Plus, I don't think there's any need to. I've shown from last year that you can even make gains training 2 times a week. So you definitely don't need to be training 2 times a day. Obviously, I don't train 2 days a week anymore. I train maybe 4 to 5 days a week. But yeah, I think 4 to 5 days a week, maybe even 6 if you've got time, is plenty. So I've got a lot of questions about, am I going to uni? What do I want to do afterwards, right? All of that stuff. So essentially, yes, I do want to go to uni. I want to do sport and exercise science. So I want to do something closely related with the gym. And then I want to hop straight back into the industry and maybe set up a few of my own businesses and things like that. I definitely want to go for at least a master's, maybe even a PhD. Dr. Messiah does have a nice little ring to it. But yeah, I definitely want to go down the education route, because obviously I think I've been, you know, blessed with academics and stuff, so I don't want it to go to waste. There's plenty of guys who are just working out and making a good living off of the internet, but I think that if I bring the academic side to it as well, you know, I have some kind of high level education that can help separate me from other people and give me something that's a bit more unique. So another question about, do I think I've got good genetics for bodybuilding? So I'd say I think I do have better than average genetics for bodybuilding, but I don't think my genetics are amazing. So like, let's say someone like Oliver Forslin, right? I'd give him like a 9 out of 10 score for his genetics for bodybuilding. But me, I'd give myself, I'm gonna say a 7 out of 10, because a 5 out of 10 is average. I do think I have a better build than the average guy who goes to the gym who's 17, but I don't think I'm on that 8, 9, 10 range. I don't think I've got those genetics right, but I do think that a lot of my physique is hidden by the fact that I haven't gotten lean yet. Getting lean just hasn't been part of my goals, because I've been having more strength focused goals. So this summer I'm gonna get a bit leaner, and then probably next year I'll go and properly lean down, right? Because I don't think I've gained any fat since about October, and I am 5 to 6 kilos heavier than I was in October. So I'm pretty sure that's all muscle, because I'm not any visibly fatter than I was back then. So yeah, I'm excited to strip some of that off and see, you know, what kind of gains we've made, because it's only really visible when you're lean. So I definitely think that my physique will look a lot better when I'm leaner, and because most of, you know, I get a decent amount of steroid accusations, but I don't think so much for my physique, although I get a few. It's mainly for my strength. For strength, I think I do think I've got really good genetics for strength. When I was 14, I was doing 3 plates on deadlifts for reps. So for strength, I do think I've got good genetics, but for physique, I think my genetics are good, but not amazing. I think they're better than average, pretty good, but not amazing. I'd say, yeah, there's quite a few guys in the industry who have better genetics for bodybuilding than I do. But we all got to work with our genetics, man. You can't use your genetics as an excuse. Can you take supplements at 15 years old? I definitely think you can take supplements at 15 years old. Depends what the supplements are. Whey protein, one thing people don't understand what whey protein is as much of a milk derivative as cheese is. Like, when you separate milk, right, separate into the curds and the whey, right? The curds is what they use to make cheese. The whey is what they kind of condense, you know, formulate down, and you get whey protein from. So it's basically just a milk byproduct like anything else, right? So whey protein is not something that you need to be worrying about. Like, it's not a problem to take it at 15. It's just, it's a supplement. It's a food supplement. So yeah, Other things, I wouldn't recommend getting into like caffeine and all that stuff as a young person, because sleep is really important. So if you train anything after about like 4 to 5 o'clock, right? Caffeine, I think caffeine, the half-life of it is about 5 hours or so. So let's say you take 200 milligrams of caffeine, 5 hours later you're still gonna have 100 milligrams in your system, and that can affect your sleep. So the biggest thing growing up is getting your sleep in. So I wouldn't recommend, you know, getting into all the pre-workouts and stuff like that when you're younger. I would just say, just, you know, have a good diet, eat enough food, and you'll have plenty of energy for the gym. I didn't need the pre-workouts or any of that stuff until quite a bit later. When I was like 15, I had plenty of energy for the gym. So yeah, your sleep is important, and caffeine can kind of get in the way of your sleep. So I'd say just stay off of that stuff for a while until you're maybe a little bit older. That's what I would say. But I think I'm going to end off the Q&A there. I'm probably going to screenshot some of these so I can do a Q&A at a later date. I'm really sorry I couldn't answer all of your questions. Actually, you know what, I'm going to do a couple quick fire ones. How to bulk up fast, eating a calorie surplus. Bulk or cut? I'd say if you're a beginner and you're not, you know, terribly overweight, start bulking. Do I stretch? Yes, sometimes, not enough as I should. When do you think gyms will reopen? I think by the time that lockdown finishes, which is maybe looking like June, I think gyms will reopen then, but probably not before then. So it's a sticky one.
It's a big of stick one still.
It's a sticky one still. Best split for going to the gym 4 days a week. Upper body, lower body. So upper body, lower body, rest. Upper body, lower body, rest, rest. I think we're gonna call it a day there. I've answered a decent amount of questions. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm just gonna leave you a little upper body workout I'm about to do now in my house. I got some home gym equipment. I got a pull-up bar and a dip bar. You guys saw my adjustable bench press and dumbbells that I had in my last video. So yeah, I'm gonna get a quick upper body workout in. I trained legs, not yesterday, the day before. Did some cardio yesterday. Yeah. If you want me to do more Q&As, as I said, drop a comment, drop a like, all that lovely stuff, and let's get to the workout.
Do you remember how you held me then? Now you got me reaching out. And do you see you got me falling in more times than I can get out. Down in the deep of my mind, I call for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, how long do I got to keep you, to keep you? Down in the deep of my mind, I call for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, trying so hard not to keep you, to keep you. Do you see you got me falling in more times than I can get out?